Hello my friends, I'm Brett Larkin and this is a morning prenatal routine to just help you wake up and go, kind of stretch all the spots that need to be stretched, get your heart and blood pumping, and it should feel great. I'm about 25 weeks pregnant at the time of filming this, so let me know how pregnant you are in the comments down below. I'd love to hear from you, and make sure to get all my prenatal resources, reading lists, everything at pregnantandpowerful.com. Let's get started. To begin, come to stand up. So the first thing you'll do is you'll just take your right foot, so you can mirror me, do the same as me, right foot behind your left, and then reach that right arm up and over for a nice big side stretch. So I know my side body gets so tight. So just begin to slow your breathing down and really extend and reach through those right fingertips. Open up through that right side waist, right ribs. I sort of visualize my right rib cage expanding and moving up to the upper corner or the diagonal of the room. Let's take 2 more breaths here. Really reach. Good. And then let's do the other side. So stepping opposite leg back, taking the left arm up and over, big stretch. So depending where you are in your pregnancy, you may have started exclusively sleeping on your side. And that also really keeps the side body, all this interconnective tissue really tight. So doing side stretch is always a good idea. One of my favorite ways to wake up. Keep the left fingertips active. 2 more huge deep breaths. Good. And then stroll to the top of your mat. Take your hands to prayer at the center of your heart. Ground down through the feet, so have a nice wide stance with your feet. Feet are at least hip width apart, if not wider, and parallel. Breathe in deeply here. And then exhale through the mouth, HA. 2 more times, just greeting the day, greeting yourself, greeting your baby. Inhaling for 3, 2, 1. Fill up all the way. Exhaling through the mouth, HA. Last time, breathing in. Breathing out. Good. Inhale. Reach the arms down, around, and up, or you can reach them straight forward, whatever feels good to you. Greet the day. Exhale, bow forward. Maybe draw in this sensation of gratitude. Gratitude for your baby, this special time in your life. Let the head release. Bend the knees deeply. Now inhale, maybe straighten the legs. Just take the hands to the shins. Half lift, so coming into a flat back. Hug baby in. And then exhale, bend the knees, melt to fold. So we'll do that twice more. Inhaling, finding a long spine. So feel the crown of head move forward, shoulder blades move back, baby hugs in. So feel your low abs engage. Exhale, bend the knees, melt forward. Last time, inhale, half lift. And exhale, fold. Good. From here, let's step back into a downward facing dog. And if you're not up for down dog today, I'll show you a modification. So down dog, if you want to do down dog, if you're feeling maybe just a little nauseous, a little tired, or just later in your pregnancy, you can do puppy pose. So hips over the knees, and you'll just reach your arms forward and let the chest fall towards the floor. So down dog or puppy, your choice. So this is puppy. And you could also do both. We'll take 5 breaths here to just breathe into the back of the legs. And breathing to the back of the heart if you're in your puppy pose. Just keeping the inhales and exhales equal length. Good, and then we'll all meet in a tabletop position. So shoulders over wrists, hips over knees. Inhale, I want you to open the heart. So you're gonna come into what's like a cow pose or up cat from traditional yoga, but really draw baby up and in, and just think about expanding across the upper chest. So the low back kind of like barely moves. So it's just sort of an upper chest expansion instead of a full letting baby and belly sag to the floor. And then exhale, round, draw baby in, head drops to the floor, and see if you can kind of squeeze your pelvic floor muscles a little bit as you round. So it's a really subtle arch. It's more of a lengthening than even an arch. I'm just thinking my crown of head moving forward. And then the round is really deep, and I may be squeezing my pelvic floor muscles, just engaging those Kegel muscles just a little bit. Length on the in-breath. Deep rounding on the out-breath. Last time. Breathing in. And breathing out. Step the right foot to the right hand. Take the hands on the inside of the right foot and let the pelvis drop, just rock side to side, and let the hips open a little bit. Good. And now walk yourself up. You can heel toe that right foot in a little bit. I want you to look at my back shin. See how my back shin's gonna swivel so it's more parallel to the back edge of the mat as I come up. So my back shin went from being right behind me to sort of parallel to the edge of the mat. That's gonna give you a lot more stability. And then from here, you can keep your hands on the floor. We're just gonna bend into that front knee and maybe gently straighten it and flex the foot. So if there's only one thing I have time to do in the morning, honestly, this is sort of it, because I'm stretching into the hamstring, I'm getting into the hips, I'm in a position that really supports the widening of the female pelvis that's happening during this time. So just feel this in your own body. Last breath. Good. And then come on up. So you're sort of in an earthbound warrior 2 shape. So you're bending deeply into that front knee, knees 90 degrees over ankle. And you're just going to reach and tilt back. You can just hold on to your hip or leg. Right arm reaches up and over. And if you have a lot of range of motion, you could maybe even take your left hand all the way to the floor or to like a block. But wherever you are is fine. We're just opening through the side body again. Big stretch. Slow your breathing down. Good. And then take the hands back to the inside of the foot. Heel toe that foot super wide now. You can let the left shin come back to sort of a neutral position. Walk your hands forward. See if you can come up onto like little gecko fingers. So your fingertips are spread wide. Just the fingers are on the ground, and breathe into your low back here. So think of your low back rounding just like we did in that variation of up cat, down cat. Don't worry how much you're bending into the front knee. Just make this more about reaching and finding length through the spine and lengthening the tailbone back. Good. And from here, you can come more into a traditional lizard pose. So just shifting your weight forward, pressing the hands into the floor, opening the chest. And some of you who've been doing yoga a long time may want to come down onto the elbows. So we'll do 2 breaths here. You can kind of just rock side to side. And then we'll take 2 breaths on the diagonal. So walk your hands over towards the left corner of your mat. So either up on your little gecko spidey fingers or down on your elbows, or hands on the floor, right? So whatever feels good to you. We're just saying hello to the pelvis. Again, opening the hips in a really gentle way. So you always want to back off if any of this feels too intense or like too much of a stretch. Last breath. Good, and then let's all come back to puppy pose. So just take the knee back, reach the hands forward, let the chest sink towards the ground. The seat is directly over the knees. Really reach the fingertips forward. Big stretch underneath the shoulders. Just stay here 3 more breaths. And those of you who are really craving down dog, come and hold down dog instead. So down dog or puppy. Maybe just notice the difference between the right side of the body, the right leg, and the left. Good, we'll all meet in all fours. Set the left foot to the left hand. Take the hands onto the inside of the foot and just let the hips sort of move up and down. We're going to come into that Earthbound Warrior 2 shape. So you're going to swivel the back shin so it's parallel to the back edge of the mat. Kind of walk yourself up. Maybe place the hands on the knee. Just see what that feels like. And then you can take the hands back down to the floor if you want, and we're just bending and straightening that left leg, maybe flexing the foot. Just a gentle little bend and flex. Nice. Good, and then finding your Earthbound Warrior 2, you can sort of press, use your hands to press yourself up. Reach the arms long, make sure that front knee is directly over the ankle. Deep breath in and out. And deep breath in. And taking it back for your reverse warrior, whatever that means today. So maybe you're just lifting high through the left hand, or maybe you're taking the right hand all the way to the calf or the floor for an even bigger side stretch, whatever feels right for you. Remember, you can keep the range really modified and still get a lot out of this by really reaching through the fingers. Good, and then take both hands to the inside of the left foot, heel toe the left foot a little bit wider. Bring that shin back to a neutral position so it's parallel to the side edge of the mat. And then coming into your lizard pose. So you can be on the hands, down on elbows, whatever feels good to you. Just sort of rock a little side to side. Good, and then stretching the low back. Kind of press the hips back a little bit so more weight is on the back knee. Reach forward, find those gecko fingers. So fingertips are on the floor, wrists are elevated. And let the head just bow down. Breathe into your low back. Make your low back wider with breath. Good. Let the pelvis come closer to the floor again, maybe a little bit more rocking side to side. And then our last stretch here is on the diagonal. So you're just going to walk the hands towards the right corner of the mat. And then again, you decide, gecko fingers, maybe you want to reach. Maybe you want to be down on the forearms. Wherever you are, just invite in some gentle movement. Good. Last breath. Nice. Walk the hands back underneath you. Step the left foot back, and we're going to come into our squats. So just roll up your mat. So I'm just walking to the back of my mat, and I'm just going to roll my mat up. So pending the thickness of your mat at home, you might want to roll it all the way if you have a super thin mat, or just halfway if you have a super thick mat. I have this jade mat. I'm gonna roll it a little more than halfway. And then you wanna step on the mat so that your heels are on the upper part of the mat and your toes are on the lower part of the mat. Make sure your stance is nice and wide so you have a lot of stability. We're gonna inhale, reach the arms up. And exhale, hands through prayer. Imagine you're sliding down the back of a wall as you come down into your squat, elbows to the inside of the thighs. And then really shift your weight into your palms, let the head drop, and we'll do a slow spinal roll up. And we'll do 15 of these. So that was 1. And that's 2. So I'll let you count on your own. Your inhale sweeps the arms up. Your exhale, you imagine sliding down a wall. So try not to stick the seat out. Good. You breathe in, put all your weight in your hands. Head and neck is soft as you gently roll back up. And you can add some intention to this movement. For example, as you breathe in and sweep the arms up, you can greet the day ahead. And as you roll up, you can really see your belly, see your baby, maybe cultivate gratitude. I greet this day. I'm grateful for this baby, grateful for this body. This is the last one for me. Hopefully you've counted your 15. Doing an extra is always good too. And once you finish your last one, just come meet us. Meet me here in this sort of like squat position. You can unroll the mat behind you and just sit back into a Baddha Konasana position, soles of the feet touching, knees wide. Inhale, open the chest. And exhale, fold. And of course, we're pregnant, so this doesn't have to be your deepest Baddha Konasana, and your heels don't have to be super close to your groin. You can have the really nice, loose, wide diamond shape. Just whatever's feeling good for you today. Let the chin drop into the chest and maybe sway a little side to side. Good. 2 more deep, deep breaths. You might find that leaning way over to the left or leaning way over to the right kind of opens something in the back. Sideways, that also feels good to stretch. Maybe you want to reach one arm forward. Or the opposite arm forward. And then really use your hands to press yourself to come up to a seat. You can stay in this Baddha Konasana pose, or you can just come into a cross-legged position. And just take one hand to your baby and one hand to your heart, and we'll just close with 3 deep breaths. So inhaling fully, belly, ribs, chest. Exhaling, nose or mouth, just sigh out. Once more, deep inhale. Exhale completely. And this last one, inhale a lot of prana, life force, into the body. As you exhale, just think of the shoulders softening, jaw softening, heart softening. Good. I hope you feel ready to start your day. Thank you so much for practicing with me. If you are totally new to prenatal yoga, I have a video that's specifically designed for you that's a little slower than this one if this is a little fast for you. And of course, I'd love for you to get all my resources for pregnancy and postpartum and sort of share my journey with you and all the books I'm reading at pregnantandpowerful.com. So make sure to go there to get all those resources. They are free. So much love from my heart to yours. Namaste.